Ladies and gentlemen, I have not even filmed this video yet, and it is already my favorite video I've ever made. Today, I'm going to be making a video that is 100% for me. See, in trying to fall back in love with YouTube and social media after taking so much time away, it's really important for me to make videos that I like and I find funny, and that is what today's video is. I was chatting with my mom the other week and we were discussing the idea of how your job doesn't need to be your passion. Like, sometimes a job is just a job. It's what you do to make your money, and then your passion is what you do to enjoy life, but you don't necessarily need to, they don't need to be the same thing. But I never was really a career-oriented person in the first place. Like, my dream was always to be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mom, and I never thought like, oh, I want to be in X career by the time I'm 25. So I never even really thought about like, what's my dream job? Like my dream passion job? Like, if I could get someone to pay me money to do something that I love doing, what would that be? And if someone asks me that question even now, I think my go-to answer, which I just would think off the top of my head, would be a figure skating analysis / coach / choreographer. Like someone who just gets to watch figure skating all day and get paid to do it. Like that would be my dream. Literal dream. However, in exploring this question further, it occurred to me, what is the one job that has always fascinated me? That has always made me question, what must their life be like? That drew me into a certain world in the first place. Models on the covers, I can't even say it straight. Models on the covers of Christian romance novels. I mean, just pause and take a minute to think about what their day must be like. Their agent just calls them up and says, hey Sarah, how you doing? Look, I got a new gig for you that just came up. How do you feel about standing in a field for hours while bugs crawl up your petticoats? How do you feel about holding a pickaxe? How do you feel about camels? What about horses? Are you comfortable, uncomfortable? What do you think about guns? What do you think about guns and horses? As many of you are aware, 2 of my favorite videos I've ever made on this channel were concerning Christian romance novels. And I could talk about these forever. I just want to talk about them all the time. I don't think I mentioned it in any of my previous videos, but we actually referred to these videos growing up as hair books, because that's what draws you in, right? Like you're walking through the bookstore and then there's just this cover, you know, displayed, and it's this girl's hair. I mean, just look at this. I have so many of these books. I'm probably just gonna keep like throwing them out through this whole video and you'll just see them like stacking up around the room. But like, okay, look at the hair on these books, okay? I don't think it's gonna focus that. Don't you want to see what these women's journeys are about, how they got their hair to look like that? I mean, come on. I think that's why I was drawn to these books at such a young age, was because of the hair. I liked the romance aspect of it, but I mean, the covers got me. Now, in my decade of consuming these books, I have yet to find a direct correlation between the quality of the plot and the magnificence of the hair on the cover. Some of the books I've really enjoyed have actually had really nice hair on the cover, and it's like, wow, beautiful cover, good story, good writing, great. Other times, it seems like the marketing team is in a back room having a meeting that goes something along the line of this. Hi everybody, welcome. So in looking over the manuscript, it's really apparent that the plot and the writing is not gonna sell this one, folks, okay? So we need to go above and beyond on this cover because, you know, as soon as those reviews start coming in, it's, you know, we're looking at a 3.49 stars on Goodreads, okay, friends? There's a lot we need to make up for here. This cover needs to go wow. Like when you walk in and see it, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna buy that without even reading the back cover, okay? Okay. Stacy, as you'll see in your notes, I've allocated a higher wardrobe and hair department budget for you. Use it. Use it all. Okay, thank you. So yeah, the hair can be deceiving, and the correlation can't be confirmed yet. The jury is still out. There is a specific author I have in mind that kind of inspired the idea of that marketing team scenario, but I'm not here to name names, okay? I'm not here to drag people. I know I like to dump on these books. It's fun, it's funny, but here's the thing. I've come to a new understanding about these books, okay? In the relationship advice world, something that's really common is this idea that people will talk about how men can think about nothing. So if you ask your boyfriend or your husband, hey, what are you thinking about? And he says nothing, you know, don't necessarily get mad at him for hiding stuff from you because he might very well be thinking about nothing. And for us as females, that like blows our mind because we can't fathom thinking about nothing. Like if I try to think about nothing, I think about more things than I normally would think of. Like it doesn't work. Except we have Christian romance novels to think about nothing. Like it's the same thing. Like when a guy comes home from work and puts the game on and has a beer and thinks about nothing to de-stress from his day, it's the same like psychological relief as when a woman just reads one of these books for like an hour or two. Because that's what these books are. They're fluff, they're filler, they're like not even like fantasy. Like you can't even call it like fantasy books where you like go on an adventure. No, that's not This isn't Harry Potter. This isn't Lord of the Rings. This is like, this is, you know, Texas. This is an English garden. This is, oh, it's beautiful. That's what it is. Consuming these takes zero mental energy. They're really easy to read, so it's not like taxing on your brain. You take away nothing extraordinary that you're going to apply to your life or anything. It just existed. It was there, and you were there for an hour or two, and then you moved on and you never think about it again. It's truly beautiful. I hope society always has a place for these books and they never go away ever. Do I want to escape my own issues for a few hours and think about, I wonder who's stealing the cows off of Abel's farm? Yes. Do I want to wonder how Arabella will navigate the ball and keep it concealed that she's actually a maid and not the lady that everyone believes that she is? Yes. Do I want to read the really awkward, cringy come to Jesus moment at the end of these books? Yes! What can I say? Call me April Ludgate because I love garbage. I've come to the conclusion that my dream job very well might be to model on the cover of a Christian romance novel. Just bask in all of its glory and be a part of the bigger machine that is this genre. And so you know what, kids? Never be afraid to chase your dreams. And that's what we're gonna do today. As we get started, here in Ontario, we're on lockdown, stay-at-home order number like a bajillion at this point, so nothing's open. Stores are closed, no indoor shopping, don't leave your house unless you know you need to get groceries or medicine. So I have to create a Christian romance novel cover with myself on it, wearing something out of things I already possess, okay? So like my own wardrobe, I have to figure out how to make a dress of some kind that looks like in the 1800s, which, funny enough, I don't have a lot of that sitting around. I did look on Amazon at one point to see if I could order something really quick on Prime for this video, but it was gonna be like $80 and it was gonna take 2 weeks. And the importance of this video to me is not like the integrity of the costume. It's so much more than that, and yet simultaneously so much less than that. So as you can see in a lot of these book covers, they're mostly shots of women either in a really old looking building or outside with an old looking building behind them, or maybe lots of trees, like very European rolling hill countrysides kind of vibe. Sometimes we go crazy and we go to Texas and we have some horses. But I do not have horses in my house, so we will not be using the horse angle for this project. I've seen a lot of these pictures where they seem like the women have the white neck scarf thing, and I have something that could work for that. So I think I'm gonna do that angle to make it like a normal shirt look a little bit more old. And then I'm just gonna go full on hair, right? Like, look at this hair. Look at this. This is the kind of hair I want to have to make my dreams come true. I think the easiest thing would be to Photoshop a picture of me onto the background of something Europe looking, but we're not gonna cheat here, okay? I'm not just gonna Google some like old image of like some old castle in Europe and like throw myself on top of it. No, we need to be much more authentic than that. I've been to Europe many times and I have pictures of it. I've gone through all my photos and I pulled together like 4 or 5 options that I think are the best in terms of like, I can throw myself onto this picture and make it work. Listen to this review. Oh, I cannot trust my friend to ever give me book suggestions again. If I ever hear her refer or compare this to Austen, I shall slap her in the face with a salmon. I mean, if that right there doesn't prove that these books deserve their place in society just to give us reviews like this on Goodreads, I don't know what else I could say to convince people. Sidebar, another thing I absolutely love, just love about these books, is that you would think if you went to Goodreads and like typed in best Christian romance novels, that would come up with a bunch of lists. And it would, I'm sure it would. But also commonly, and like I think some ways more commonly, what these books are referred to as is Christian historical fiction. Because we need to sound way more academic than we actually are, right? We gotta take ourselves real seriously here. To me, it's the same vibe as when Hallmark original movies call themselves like inspirational TV films, rather than garbage, badly written TV movies that you watch with a glass of wine. On this list of like, what, the 15 best selling in this genre, I own every single one of these. Every single one. I own them all. That one's on there. Look, without even leaving, just the books I brought down to start this video, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the 15. So I got about 50% just sitting here already. The rest I own on Kindle, and the Mark of the Line series, which I would classify that as Christian historical fiction. That is not a romance novel, but they are very good. I own that series as well. I own the physical books, but I've lent them to someone right now. So I own physical copies of 10 of the 15. I'm in this world. I am steeped in it, and I am ready to live my cover dreams. I've told David that he needs to help me with this video, but he doesn't know like what this video is about, because I want his genuine reaction, because I think he's gonna think this is really funny. So I'm gonna get him to come down here, look at these options, and then we're gonna decide like what angles we're gonna go for, and then he has to be the one to take these pictures, because I don't want to do this with a camera timer. He's gonna help me with this. Move, move.
It's mine now.
Scooch, scooch. So babe, what we are doing today is we are making me into one of the girls on a Christian romance novel cover. So you know I always talk about these hair books and how they have like elaborate hair.
Oh,
so I'm going to do my hair all elaborately, and I'm going to make an outfit out of something to look like an 1800s dress, and I need you to like take a picture of me that I can then Photoshop onto a background of a picture I've like taken previously, because this is this is both a high effort project as well as like a low effort project, because
My kind of project.
right, I'll
Like,
just show you.
Try hard in the moment, but it doesn't actually matter.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. Try hard, but this is completely meaningless. So this one is like, you know, the hair, we've got like the back shot. So if I figure out some way to make my back look really good with like a dress of some kind, that could be an angle.
Your back always looks good.
Oh, thanks, babe. We've got the outside old European building in the background. We've got the outside ship in the background, which I have this picture, which I was thinking I might be able to like Photoshop myself over myself. We've got the like indoor option. This one could work. This is in the gardens there. I could like Photoshop myself on this side, and you still have like the old European looking thing. So my best bet, I think, and you can tell me if you agree, are these two. I kind of want the vibe to be me like outside. I want you to like look at the cover and hear a Taylor Swift song playing in your head. Okay?
Sure.
I want you to look at it.
So you're gonna take a picture with my shotgun in your hand? Is that what you're saying?
Taylor Swift doesn't sing about shotguns.
I don't know. I just thought.
Miranda Lambert? Oh my gosh, you have a lot of guns. We could go for that angle. We could do the gun. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That might get that could get like banned on YouTube. So yeah, I want you to like look at this, and like I want August by Taylor Swift just like.
I don't know that song.
Well, I do. So. What do you think, babe? Is it coming along? David has insisted on bringing guns to try the gun angle. Also, this is my outfit. Oh, I gotta tuck this in a bit more. This is what I came up with. I have this kind of white dress that I folded the bodice in, so I'm just using it as a skirt, and then I have this shirt with some little puffy sleeves so that oh my gosh, you gotta pick that.
I'm having fun with it.
I'll just like have it over my shoulder like, hey. So yeah, like from the side, I feel like this works, right? Does it communicate I'm a fierce, independent woman, but I also need a man to do everything for me? Now, you can't get my legs in it because my dreams do not include me being a hussy. So I'm thinking at one point I'll do a shot where like I might have the flowers behind my back with like a cheeky look over my shoulder.
Like a mischievous, like I'm not going to show you my ankles, but I'm going to pretend like I'm going to.
Yeah. I definitely at one point in the book I'm going to walk in on you without your shirt on and admire your rippling muscles, but I'm not going to do anything about it for
yeah, while I stand over like a trough of water.
Yeah. Splashing it on your face after a hard day in the sun.
Give me that look of, let me come over late at night and read the Bible with you while our outer thighs brush.
This is on every cover they have it like this.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I hate it.
Oh, this is heavy. Oh my gosh, it hurts my shoulder.
Look at me, I'm like,
You're doing
I'm
great,
a
babe.
pro. Here, hold them like that.
All right, folks. I think that's a wrap. One of these has to work. I refuse for none of these to work. So this is how this went. After photoshopping together a few pictures that I could use as the covers of the books, I hopped onto FaceTime with my mother and my sister, and the following footage is of the brainstorming session that we had together, coming up with the titles and the plots for all of these books. Also, I'm sorry that some of the footage is blurry. It does clear up.
A promised heart or something.
Oh, that's good. A promised heart.
That's good.
A heart forever promised.
That's better. A heart forever.
A heart forever.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
That could be the one with the ship. You know the Song of Solomon, like how her hair is like goats?
My previous videos are all like, don't read them, don't read them, don't read them. And this video is like, I'm gonna be this.
I still like a love undefined.
Yeah.
She disguises herself as a man to go on the crew of the ship.
You know what? It's making me respect these authors even more. The fact that they, like, I mean, Tracy Peterson has how many books, and she has to think of a different title for all of them, and yet they all sound the same, and yet they don't. Like, that takes talent.
A southern night. Just a southern night. Because then it's like, is it sex? Is it like... And then he comes back with a secret daughter.
A lady's...
Debutante's dilemma.
A debutante's...
Debutante's dilemma. Abigail grew up in the tattoo parlors of New York. Abigail grew up in the back alleys of the tattoo parlor. Abigail was born in a taxi cab on its way to a tattoo parlor in New Orleans. But she's always yearned for a simpler life.
As a joke, one video, I should write a short 60-page story of one of these. Can you do a shadow effect on your text? With the seagulls. So good.
Abigail's artistry at the tattoo parlors knew no bounds. But when Eli walked in one Rumspringa to get a cow on his behind. Let's actually think about it realistically. So this needs to be set in Pennsylvania.
Can you make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't take away from the pickaxe? Over 1 million souls. Oh, this is so good. This is the greatest achievement of my life.
She gets a diagnosis of cancer and she moves away for a simpler life. I think she should fall in love with someone while she's giving him a tattoo.
If you love Jane Austen, this is definitely a book. After you guys go, I'm gonna eat. I haven't eaten all day.
This is the most fun I've had in such a long time. No, I don't think she can have cancer. I think she needs to be like being chased by the mob. But when she accidentally tattoos the wrong gang sign on the son of the...
Okay, I have no clue how I'm gonna edit this all together, but it is currently 12:30 a.m. I have been at this literally all day. I haven't eaten a meal all day because I've been too busy living my dreams. My husband has brought me vegetables, reminding me to eat something so I don't get too massive of a headache, but you know, little does he know I already have a massive headache, and it was all worth it because this has gone better than I ever could have expected. Originally, when I thought of this idea, I was thinking, okay, I will make myself into a cover of a Christian romance novel, thinking like, I'll dress up in some kind of getup, get David to take a picture, I'll put it on top of something, and away we go. But it was too easy to just have one, and I just kept going, and luckily for me, my mother and my sister are authors, and they're very good at what they do, and so they were able to help me make not only these look like professional book covers, but they were able to write the back of these covers and come up with a plot line for each one, as well as the titles, as well as we made characters of people reviewing the books and the author herself. For the purpose of this video, I don't think I'm gonna read you the full back covers of all 5 of these because it would just take so much time, but guys, they are so funny. We were sitting here just crying for the last 3 hours coming up with all of these. I will post them on my Instagram because they need to be shared with the world. I am so happy to be able to present to you all the finished version of 5 new Christian romance novels hitting the market soon. A Heart Forever Promised. The twists keep coming, wave after wave. Sue Beth McCormick. And by the way, these are all by renowned author Bethany House. The Debutante's Dilemma. In all of Brittany LaFrance's 72 books from the last 4 years, none have been this gripping. Sue Beth McCormick. A Love Undefined, an ECPA bestseller. Never has love been so complex and yet so Never has love been so complex and yet so straightforward. Well done, Sue Beth McCormick. The woman he thought he didn't need. Will she ever outrun her reputation? If you love Jane Austen, this is definitely a book. If you love Jane Austen, this is definitely a book. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the real big hitter, which all of us might be the most proud of this one. Almost Amish, a novel, over 1 million copies sold. Talk about a Rumspringa. This is one crazy ride. It's just so beautiful. These are all best-selling potential. All my dreams have come true. I officially feel as though this dream has been accomplished. I didn't think I'd be able to do it in a day. I didn't think I'd be able to do it this well, feel this satisfied. I'm so glad that David convinced me to take a picture with the pickaxe.
Wow.
Right?
That's hilarious. You could actually send that to an editor.
Right? An ECPA
That's,
bestseller.
I like that play on words. It's funny because
Yet
it's
so straightforward. Well done. Will Eli allow the Lord to heal the walls around his heart, or will their love remain undefined?
that's outstanding. That's the best so far.
The woman he thought he didn't need.
I love Jane Austen. It's definitely a book. This was the best one. Is that Yank sword? She strikes a deal with him to do a reverse Rumspringa. She will spend a year on his family farm. Almost Amish.
Well done to all of us
That's
on
awesome.
this project.
I'm so proud of all of you.
David for being my photographer. Like, look at that. You don't think you would see that on a bookshelf in chapters?
100%. Well, I definitely see that in a bookshelf in a church. That's for sure.
Yeah. Again, I just want to say I'm gonna post all of these covers and the backs onto my Instagram because they deserve to be somewhere for all time. When I started filming this video and I said that this was my favorite thing I'd ever made and I hadn't even made it yet, I could not have been more correct. And so finally, I think the only proper way for me to really end this video is for me to appeal to Bethany House personally. Bethany Publishing House, I am talking to you from the depths of my heart. I am personally asking you to let me be an actual model on the cover of one of your books coming out, because hear me out. If this is what I can do in a few hours with an iPhone, just think about what I could do if I had a hair and makeup team, if I had a costume that didn't have to be made out of stuff in my wardrobe. Just think about what I could do if you flew me out and like let me work in a professional capacity with a photographer and real costumes. I'm just saying, look at all of these books, okay? I don't even know if you can understand how many there are. Look at all these books. I've basically paid for my flight already over the last decade. So please, I'm appealing to you. Let my dreams not only become a reality here, but become a reality on a best-selling Christian romance novel. Oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. To the Bethany House Publishing Company Marketing Division, this is my email. You can reach me. I will respond. I eagerly await your email. Well, I think I've done what I need to do and I've said what I need to say. So that's all for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this video and coming on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. And always remember, never give up on your dreams, no matter how silly they might seem. And until the next time I see you guys, have a great life. Don't be stupid or make bad decisions. Bye.